in the book of the House of Life.
Everyone said you were dead. Moses.
It's been so long and you were on the throne.
I am Pharaoh.
And father. And mother?
Well, she's different than when you left, Moses. She rarely leaves her chains. She never really recovered from Pharaoh's death. No! Isn't this that Midian girl who was saved? You brought her back to me. Just like you said you would. You kept your promise.
Promise?
It was a long time ago. Ramesses Sephora is my wife.
Excuse me, Your Majesty. I'm compelled to remind you that Pharaoh said he banished Moses from Egypt for life.
Okay. You're still here.
I will always be here. You, on the other hand...
This is my brother. He's come back from the dead. And I'm going to welcome him back into my family.
Ramses, you can't! He pretended to be a member of your family, then ran off and married a slave. A slave?
In fact, I'm more of a princess than you are.
I'm descended from 5 generations of Pharaoh.
There are 10 generations of high priests in my family.
Ramesses, perhaps we should go somewhere and talk. Just the two of us.
That's a good idea. And then I'm just the place.
My wife can be a bit forceful sometimes.
Yes, your wife. We have so much to talk about.
We do. You have a son now.
Yes, I do. He's the happiest part of my life, but now you've returned.
It's been so long.
But I still remember every twist and turn inside the palace. Ah, except you're going the wrong way.
All right. Secret room. I remember the last time I was here.
We would hide here when we were in trouble. Though we didn't know what trouble really was. In truth, we didn't have a care in the world.
Ramesses, I have to tell you why I'm here.
Don't worry. You want a royal pardon?
No, it's about my people, the Hebrews.
They're not your people.
My brother and sister are slaves.
I'm your brother.
Ramesses, have you ever really looked at the pictures on these walls?
What are you talking about?
Before I knew I was a Hebrew, I looked at those scenes of death as just a piece of pretty artwork. I couldn't imagine anything so far from what I'd experienced. Ramesses, try to imagine if you weren't born at the top of the pyramid. Try to imagine your life as a slave.
If you want your Hebrew brother and sister freed, I'll sign the decree
No,
today.
you know what I'm saying. I want you to free all the Hebrews. And don't pretend to be naive.
And don't you pretend to be insane. It's impossible, and you know it. We've always had slaves since the first pharaoh.
You're Pharaoh. You have the power to do whatever you want.
Is that what you think? When I was a boy, I couldn't wait to be a man. I thought that then I'd finally be free. There'd be no more spoken words. I made my own choice. I dreamt about how happy life would be when I grew up. Then I grew up, and now I sometimes have to laugh for life. I'm the least free man on earth. The least free man on earth.
You have the power.
No. All the priests and the aristocrats will be against it. I'll be alone in the cemetery.
Unless what? What are you thinking?
I'm not thinking. I'm remembering. There was a time when every time I tumbled down, I'd have my brother, my accomplice, and my clown to pick me up, restore my purpose and my pride. When you were always at my side, at my side, at my side. I'm stronger with you at my side. Be my advisor. Return to being a prince of Egypt and help me.
How can I do that? You're saying every change I've made I must reverse.
Yes.
My wife would kill me.
Yes, and mine do even worse. But I'll only do it if you promise me that I have you back here and on my side.
Do you mean it? If I return to Egypt, you'll free the Hebrews.
Yes. If you promise to be on my side, on my side, once more to have you on my side, on my side, on your side, I know you're on your side. So once again, this is the hardest number. Can I be the Lord and another against the others you would keep me fortified to set my people free? Well, if the price is me, from now on I will be always on your side.
Thank you, brother.
You won't be thanking me after you've been caught for a while.
Now I have to think of how to tell my wife.
Me too. You were listening. Is there no place where I'm alone?
Your Highness, you're fortunate we were the only ones who witnessed this.
You cannot free those slaves.
I made a promise to my brother.
The Pharaoh does not make promises.
I don't understand. The Pharaoh of Egypt wouldn't give the Hebrews their freedom without a heavy price. What does he get?
Well, we made a deal.
What do you
Don't get angry before I explain.
deal?
He said he would free the Hebrews if I stayed in Egypt and returned to court.
You did not agree to that.
It was the only way I could get Ramesses to make a promise.
Well, what about your promise to me? You said we would return to Midian after this was over. You said you were happy then.
Of course I'm happy.
And are you going to be happy without me?
And of course I was expecting you, hoping that you'd stay with me.
Moses?
Zipporah, just think of what we've done. Ramesses just gave the Hebrews their freedom.
I'm taking ours away! Moses! Is this a vision or are you real?
Miriam?
You came back to us. Oh, Moses!
This is Zipporah, my wife.
And now my sister.
You shouldn't be here.
Aaron!
He's a wanted fugitive. Moses, the guards would seize you the moment you set foot near the palace.
I've seen the Pharaoh. The Pharaoh has granted my plea and freed you all.
What?
You are free men and women from now on.
Impossible. It can't be true.
Why should we believe you?
I told you! God has sent Moses back to deliver us.
The royal decree will arrive soon, and then it will be official. That day has come. You thought would never come. The day you break your chains. The thrill of freedom coursing through your veins. I know it's hard to believe, but I swear it's true. Now there's only one thing that we can do. Sing, Lord God, sing a song of exaltation. Sing, Lord God, let us make a joyful noise.
His bird fly to the open sky with a cry of liberation.
It's begin of celebration.
Sing Hallelujah, sing
Don't you understand? You are slaves no more. The Pharaoh assured me.
Agree? There's the royal seal.
Liar! You lied to us, Moses!
What? You gave us hope!
Get back to work. Slaves.
That hope was crueler than anything the Egyptians ever did to us. What was hard becomes harder.
Thanks to you, what was bad becomes worse.
Please don't help us again.
Please go back to Midian when I curse. Please have mercy. Deliver us.
Go away.
Deliver us.
This time stay.
Until your empty words have both come true.
Look, there's your brother the Pharaoh floating down the Nile. Go join your family on the royal barge. And deliver us
Moses, no! Ramesses went back on his word! We are free to go!
No, I'm not. They're my people, and whether they choose to accept me or not, I'm going to fight for them. What don't you understand? Fighting only makes matters worse.
Aaron! Moses will help us! Don't stand in his way!
Ramesses, is it true? Have you gone back on your promise?
The Pharaoh of Egypt does not make promises.
You've broken your word. Why did you do this to me?
For you. I'm not the one who ran away, leaving his father to die in mourning for a lost son. I'm not the one who left his brother alone, thinking you were dead. I'm not the one who turned his back on the family, who rescued him from a life of squalor, a family who loved him like one of their own. And once again, you are the only one you see. Here's the real question. Why did you do this to me?
This isn't about you, Ramesses.
Everything is about me! I am Pharaoh! Like Melchizedek would was, more than ever warrior, when my necessity, God, Jesus. Did you think I would not be strong? Was so weakling. Now you see you are wrong. You are wrong.
I warned you.
You are.
It's blood!
The river is turning to blood. How is this possible?
God has stretched out his hand and shown his power. You have to believe me now. God has sent Moses to deliver us.
High priest, what is the meaning of this?
I can assure you our secret hearts can do the same. Observe by the power of Ra, turn this water to blood.
You see, it was a mere trick.
No. Ramesses, there are things even greater than we are. Even greater than Pharaoh. I've come to understand that. And you need to understand it too. What terrible things will happen to your people. To Egypt.
Plagues, darkness, and fire.
You must stay strong, Your Majesty. I promise you, whatever this imposter does, we can match it. And more. By the power of Nut! Nut! Produce the time! Yes, so certain. Anubis, Anubis, so
responsible.
No! If only Ramesses had kept his promise. Now I have no choice.
Of course you do. Promise me you will make peace with your brother. Promise me.
Mother,
I give you a home, my son. Not just me, so many. Our love for you was strong. And now you've come home. But to those who love you, to us all such wrong. And it breaks my heart to ask you, did you hate us all along? I said goodbye, I said no place, I said it down upon your head, into your streets, into your streets, into your journey, into your herd, upon your cattle, on your sheep, upon your oxen, in your fields, in your trees, into your spirit, until you bread, until you hear your heart. I said, my soul, thus saith the Lord. Thus saith the Lord.
Ramesses, talk to me! We can always talk here! End this now! Before something more terrible happens! Free the Hebrews!
I can't. You know I can't. Why do you keep asking me for something I can't give you? No power on earth. Sometimes I feel I have no power on earth to make it right. You're the one who can fix this. All you have to do is give the order, set the Hebrews free. You think it's that simple?
It is that simple. It's not easy, but it is simple. You have the choice. Ramesses, let my people go.
You will not give me orders. You will not threaten me.
Think of your son.
I am Pharaoh. Egypt is my firstborn and my lastborn. I have to think of Egypt before all that. You Hebrews have been nothing but trouble. Father had the right idea about you.
I said the soul, I said the Lord, I said my son, I said my
brought upon people who don't deserve it, who had no part in any of this. Why is this necessary? Is this the only way? No, it can't be like that. It can't be like him. I can't do this anymore. Use your magic to bring the Hebrews or change Pharaoh's heart, but it will not be your messenger anymore.
Someone else.
lintel and posts of every door with its blood. But tonight, I shall pass through the land of Egypt and smite all the firstborn. But when I see your blood upon your door, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not enter.
Right and hard uptight, and go along. Tell yourself to stay strong. You ramp up your ferocity, excuse any atrocity. But once you won, you have to live with what you've done.
Of my life, these questions haunting me like ghosts. Does the Lord
people.
I can't.
We have to reassure them that Pharaoh is still all power, that no one can tear down the pyramids of Egypt.
All our pyramids and palaces, our obelisks and statues, before my eyes they crumble into sand. Beneath the weight of your tiny silent body, fortresses are fallen, and we stand on a barren, windswept land. Heartless. I know people call me heartless. Heartless. Oh, if only it were true, I wouldn't feel this unbearable ache. The stab when I felt my heart breaking, shatter into shards by the loss of you. Heartless, how I wish I could be heartless, but I can't be. Someone else is grieving too. Like mine, this pain will last forever, like rain that never ceases to pour. So I can't be heartless for him. I can't be heartless for him. I never have needed heart more. I never have needed heart
Moses, is it true? The word is all over Goshen. But if it's true,
Tell Miriam the Hebrews can go.
you have to leave them.
Go.
No, let him go. I did what he wanted. It's done. I am done.
You made a choice. An impossible choice. I don't know. No one can ever know what it has cost you. But there is one thing you must not forget. One thing is true today that wasn't true yesterday. Your people are free. Many nights we prayed with no proof anyone could hear. Somehow you win.
to whom you are speaking. I am Pharaoh, Lord of the two kings.
Then you should not forget the fate of those pharaohs that went against the will of the gods. Dynasties come and go with the power of the high priest. That is forever. Remember your father, he understood this.
We will almost nothing else these days but to remember my father.
You should remember your firstborn also. And the firstborn of all of your people, their blood cries out for vengeance.
Vengeance.
There are many in your army who feel as I do. who do not wish to see Egypt humbled and humiliated. If you do not pursue the Hebrews, I'm sure your soldiers will follow me.
Assemble the soldiers. I'll lead them into the desert after.
Pharaoh has spoken.
Moses! Can you forgive me? I doubted you.
More than I doubted myself. It's good to have people close to you who will question your decisions.
We've made it to the border of Egypt, but the Red Sea stands in our way. How are we going to cross it without ships?
I didn't really question my decisions right now. There's driftwood on shore, and there must be boat builders among them. I'll pass. I don't see if anyone can fashion rafts to ferry everyone across. You see up there?
It's what I don't see. I'm never going to see my father again. And my sisters. My people. Now I'm a stranger in a strange land.
This was never your fight. I have no right to ask you to cross a sea. Give up a life that we promised each other. Give up your freedom.
It's true, I will never now be free.
I will decide if you turn back.
And I actually imagined for a moment's doubt that I could take my life back and just turn about. Knowing the full well this choice is not without its tears. Never in a million years, my love. Never in a million.
What's that?
It's the Egyptian army! Ramesses has led them ambush! Ramesses betrayed us, it was a trap!
What are you going to do?
I don't know! There's no way out!
Many nights we prayed with no proof anyone could hear. All at once an answer came in ways we never planned.
We are not afraid, for we've seen miracles. Is there one more miracle? Is there one more miracle? If I stretch forth my hand.
Nothing's happening.
We're lost! They're getting closer!
Deliver us. Now you will deliver us. And until the end of history,
him.
No. I will deal with him. Ramesses, listen to me. I can't run from what I did. I grieve for your son, for all the sons of Egypt, and so I give myself to you. You can kill me, keep me at court, whatever you wish. But let the Hebrews pass through the sea to freedom. Let me be the ransom for my people.
It's the Hebrews are getting away. Order your soldiers to follow them into the sea.
One weak link can break the strongest chain.
There is still time to catch them.
One weak king can end the longest reign.
And when you kill everyone,
Are all my best feelings coming
honor your father, drink your vengeance.
true? That the one weak link, that one weak link, that one weak link.
This is why you came here.
No! I've come to end this.
There has been too much death. The chain of death stretching back to my father and before. I'm going to break the chain. I'm going to be the weakling.
Ramesses, I think you can change everything that's been passed down to us through the centuries.
Not everything. There's a way of honoring the past without being trapped by it.
There will be a change at court when we return.
We'll have work to do. Putting the priests back in their place, but I will be at your side.
No. Your home is out there. With your people. This is the only gift I can give you now. If Hotep is right, my power will soon be over. Go.
This is why you were born.
This is what you were made for. This is who you
Both will be the rest of your lives.
My sister, Miriam, is the one with the gift of prophecy. But in this moment, I feel like I can see. Ramesses, you will be a strong ruler. You will expand the lands of Egypt farther than they have ever been. You will build the greatest empire on earth without slaves. You will be called Ramesses the Great. And we Hebrews will have our little kingdom by the sea.
I don't want you to stop!
They're following me.
too long. So, you may know, or you may not know, but this is the Prince of Egypt's last show. That's good to hear. We've actually had quite a journey with the Prince of Egypt. It's been a tough roller coaster, I would say. We've been pulled in so many directions, and obviously we've all had what's happened quite recently with coronavirus. It's affected so many people and so many lives, but it has particularly affected this production quite massively in the sense. But one thing is that we had resilient people behind the scenes that were constantly pushing and wanting to change and make sure that we did return, because we wouldn't be able to do this obviously without them, but without you, and you were all crying out for this to continue. And we listened, and we really truly hope that you've had the most amazing experience. One of the things that we're really, really proud about is the fact that you see a very diverse company on this stage, and that's very worth noting. But one of the things that we have noticed is the fact that it's not only diverse on stage, but it's actually diverse out there. Because for us, representation really matters. And I'm very fortunate, and I know many of us were fortunate to see people that we idolised, and we actually got the opportunity, well I did personally, to work with two of them, but they're sadly not here, and that's Gary Wilmot and Clive Rowe. Legend in the house. But it's very, very important for us to see that, and we know it costs quite a lot of money to come to the theatre, but it really means a lot for us to see this. I particularly just want to take a moment just to thank our company manager, Deborah, who actually has been throughout the whole of this. It's been quite crueling for her, if I'm honest, because we have to do lateral flow tests every day, and we're not the sharpest in getting them in. There's always a delay, so we just want to say a huge thank you to Deborah. Throughout this whole thing, and it's been quite tough, but I also want to just take a moment just to acknowledge the fact that we obviously have gone through coronavirus and we actually stopped quite a bit, but one of the things that kept us going was the fact that we had amazing resident directors and dance captains, and that was Carly, Nico, and obviously Rachel and Lauren. Now without them, we wouldn't have been able to do some of the shows and productions, because they actually rehearsed the incredible swing team that we had. Swings don't get the respect that they should do in the UK, if I'm honest, and on Broadway they get a lot of respect, and they should be looked after a lot more. The covers in this show have been unreal. It's been a real privilege to share the stage with so many people, to actually experience, to learn, to educate ourselves. We all feel like we're fortunate as principals to obviously tell the story, but when we get incredible covers that come on stage and actually tell the story and make us reignite the whole thing, it's beautiful. So I just wanted to say well done and thank you so much for keeping this show going. And Luke get to tell this story. There have been two guys that have actually told this story when we've not been available. I've done it quite a bit actually, and that's Felipe and Adam. And I just wanted to just single you out. dancers, everyone is welcome. You've got the best dancers by far in the West End. Vocalists by far in the West End. And also, I just want to take a moment to say to the other principals, I love you. It's been a real joy. Myself and Luke have enjoyed every single moment spending this whole journey with you. And it started with 5 of us in a table read, and that was myself, Alexia, Luke, Chrissy, and Sophia, who is here. And that was back in 2019, March 2019. So that's how long this process has been going from the beginning of then to where we are now. I just want to just take a moment to speak to you. I have had the most incredible journey with this guy. It's always an uncomfortable thing when you know you're going into a show and you don't know the person, if I'm honest, that you're going to be playing opposite. But to actually play opposite someone that is a master at his craft, for me to be learning from you every single day, you just tell this story, you've led us so well, and I'm just so proud of you, and I'm so grateful that we have created a friendship, but really a brothership that's going to last forever, and I've loved this journey with you. If we didn't have coronavirus, this would be continuing. Trust me. Just imagine the circumstances and the different setup of what it would be. I just want to say also, there's people that you don't get to see at all because they're backstage, front of house. Everyone has been incredible throughout all of this. I just want to now bring them all out, because they're all very important to us, especially mine and Luke's dresser, Tom. So please, everyone, basically, we've got with us some important people, but I want to first talk about them before they come on, but sadly one of our producers isn't with us this evening because he's actually contracted coronavirus, so he couldn't be here. But we have one of the other producers who's here with us, and that's Michael McCabe. My journey started with Michael back in 2008 when I joined Wicked, and it's incredible now to think that how far it's been, but now I actually got to do this whole story and this journey with him again, because it was a rocky start on my first job, I'm not going to lie. But he's an incredible friend, but also a true leader on how to produce great West End musicals. I also want to acknowledge the fact that we have our director with us, which is Scott Schwartz, who's going to be coming out as well. Scott has led us and directed us in such a beautiful storytelling way, and inspired us, and always been true, and constantly keeping in touch with us throughout the whole of this process. But I'm really excited because someone that has become a very dear friend of mine, who believed in me from a very early start in my career, and he's actually trusted me to tell this story, and Luke and all of us here, is the incredible composer and lyricist, and that's Stephen Schwartz. So please give him a big hand.
incredible company, such an incredible reception. It means so much to us to go out on such a high. There are, despite the sterling efforts, a few thank yous that I do want to do. But first, for me personally, the person who should be standing next to me right now is the awesome Neil Laidlaw. He has been my producer on this show, and for the past 3 years we have spoken every day, at least 4 times a day. He has battled with such passion and commitment to this project. And his office is also the general management of the show, so they are absolutely the engine room of this entire enterprise. And it has been my privilege to work with Neil and Marlene and David and the whole of his office. They have given everything to this, and it is so gutting for us that Neil can't be with us. I should also just say there's one cast member who also couldn't be with us tonight, Casey Al-Shaksi, who also unfortunately has the dreaded. But we really thought she would be able to come back today, but unfortunately not. I just want to acknowledge also DreamWorks Theatricals in Los Angeles and incredible Chris Hertzberger, who's been such a strength and support to Neil and I throughout the whole thing. Also to our co-producers and to the Nederlanders who own this theatre. Through thick and thin, they have stood by us. And I think had faith even when we didn't. But it is ultimately, our industry is about teamwork, and on a show every single person, no matter what they do, is vital to running a production. And we've been truly blessed with so many people who have really battled through very, very difficult times. I just want to acknowledge a few of those people, starting with our stage management team, who are just incredible. Over the past 2 hours and 45 minutes, it's quite a complicated show, and there's quite a lot of show, and they are an amazing group of people, and they just have kept stepping up with all of the challenges that we've faced. Liam has acknowledged a number of the people who've been involved in literally getting shows on, which has preoccupied pretty much every day since July last year when we reopened. And it's not been easy, but just 2 other people I did want to acknowledge, because this has been about keeping shows on and not having to cancel at very, very late notice in the most awesome way. We had Silas Wyatt Bark go on for Moses. Extraordinary swings, extraordinary understudies who've just been thrown at everything. The other person who joined us in our endless efforts to keep going was George Hankers, who has also been amazing. To Dave Rose and our extraordinary musicians. Impossible to talk about the Prince of Egypt without talking about COVID, unfortunately. So just bear with me for a minute when I say that for 6 glorious weeks when we first opened, we packed this theatre, and we really felt we had something very, very special. And then the dreaded moment came, and it has literally been a battle ever since. But we have all kept going. And tried our damnedest. We have hoped and prayed for our own miracle over this time, and sadly for us that miracle did not come. But we are so proud of the achievement of everybody on this project. It is not just the people in this theatre, but it's also our marketing teams, our press teams. Everyone has given so much of themselves to try and fight in every way we could. I guess if there is it's certainly a bittersweet experience tonight, perhaps a little bit more bitter than sweet, but we are all aware that we did achieve something amazing, and the show will live on, I'm sure, beyond London. And we ultimately... and at every single performance we have played, our audiences have been extraordinary. And we are so thankful for the support you've given us, the love you've shown this show, and we hope that, as I say, we will live on. At this point, apart from just saying thank you to you and thank you to everyone, and love from Neil to everyone, I'm now going to pass over to the man whose extraordinary vision this has been, Scott Schwartz.
Take a moment, first of all, to again thank and acknowledge everybody who is here on this stage and beneath the stage today, and in the front of house and at the Dominion Theatre, for making this such an extraordinary experience for all of us to create this show. So thank you again. It's been an extraordinary experience for all of us to be able to bring this show to you and to London, and it's been a true and deep honor for myself, and I know for the whole team. I want to just also acknowledge there are many artists around the world who contributed to the show, artisans who created costumes and props and other work, but our amazing design team, some of whom are here tonight, some of whom are back in America and other places around the world, and also our astounding choreographer, Sean Cheeseman, for his brilliant you, our audience tonight, thank you for being such a fantastic audience to finish out this run with. And, all I will say is keep believing in live theater and keep going to things. Shows need support. I'm now going to pass it over to someone I think you all want to hear from, our composer and lyricist, Stephen Schwartz.
Very much. Actually, I don't really have more that can be said. Michael and Scott and Liam have very eloquently said anything that I could have. I do want to second what Scott said to you, our wonderful audience, which is, let's keep supporting live theater. I think we all learned, I certainly learned, when it was suddenly taken away from us, how much it actually meant to gather with live people in front of live people, not on screens, and experience a work together. I came to realize that there's really nothing like that in the world. So, if you would, it would be great if you all joined us in singing one last time.